Are you interested in local history? Do you have a research project that could be supported by archival research? This video will walk you through how to use the Stories of Summer collection at Grand Valley State University to meet your research goals. The Stories of Summer project is one of the many collections of the GVSU Cucci Office of Local History. The Cucci Office works to promote the local history of diverse communities to tell the stories of marginalized groups that are often left forgotten in history. The Stories of Summer project tells the tales of the twin lakeshore communities of Saugatuck and Douglas, Michigan. Funded by the National Endowment for the Humanities Common Heritage Grant, the project works to establish the Lake Michigan communities as a home for all. The collection explores many different topics, including the area's rise to an LGBT tourist destination and its implications on Michigan's queer history. It also explores the roles and influences of tourism more broadly, motorcycle gangs, college invasions, and the interconnectedness between the residents and passersby in the communities. Before we can get too far into the archive itself, it is important to consider what archival research is and what implications this may have on the community. Before we get too far into the archive itself, it is important to consider what archival research is and what implications this may have on the collection. Archival research allows individuals to piece through primary sources or ephemera, or items like tickets and playbills that are used or enjoyed for short periods of time, in order to tell a story or provide a snapshot into the thoughts and lived realities of individuals or groups. Archives can contain any variety of public documents, like advertisements, or private records, like personal photographs. Oral histories can also be found within some archives. The Stories of Summer collection has a combination of all of these types of artifacts. For example, family vacation photographs exist alongside newspaper articles to tell a rich story about Saugatuck and Douglas and explore the interconnectedness of the public and private lives of the communities. For this reason, it may prove important to consider the original audience of the archival sources. Who was intended to engage with these artifacts when they were created? What information can this provide about the ephemera? You may want to keep these questions in mind as you sift through the archive. The Stories of Summer collection can be found in GVSU's digital special collections under the title Summers in Saugatuck Douglas Collection. This difference in naming is done to make it easier for users to access the documents. Where the Stories of Summer project can be a vague name to those unfamiliar with the project, the name Summers in Saugatuck Douglas provides a more concrete description. As it is a digital collection, all associated sources can be found online in the GVSU Special Collections website. At the time of this video, there are more than 20 oral histories and wide ephemera in the archive. The GVSU Special Collections and Archives is still processing the remaining metadata for the collection, and the remaining artifacts will be available once this process is complete. Clicking on the collection's hyperlink will bring you to all of the sources, each with a potentially partial description. Clicking on an individual source will bring you to a page that includes the artifact itself, as well as information about the creation and an extended description if it has one. A citation is also provided for every single source. Each artifact can also be expanded by clicking on it. In addition to this, each artifact comes with a list of associated subjects that makes navigation through the collection easier. For example, the picture "Girls Making Cream Pie Shells" is associated with both regional subjects like Michigan and descriptive subjects like factories or bakeries. This can be very helpful, as each subject hyperlink will pull every artifact from the Stories of Summer collection related to that subject. For instance, by clicking Factory, you will be brought to a page that contains the more than 30 other factory-related artifacts in the collection. This is a helpful way to find materials that are related to any given source. The entire collection and its searchable subjects can be found in the GVSU Digital Collection database. If you search Stories of Summer in the search bar and click the Summers in Saugatuck Douglas collection, it will bring up the 40-plus subjects documented in the collection, like postcards or beaches. If you are looking for oral history, the search tool can also be helpful in distinguishing the audio files from still images. This search function can be found on the screen. It is important to know that this search function will bring up all of the documents within all of the different collections held in the database if you are not careful. To control for this, make sure you limit the search to the Stories of Summer collection. From there, you will be able to search for oral histories, and all such artifacts will come up. Each oral history has an audio file and full searchable transcripts. The search function can also be helpful if you have keywords in mind that are relevant to your project. For example, looking up gay in the collection will bring you to the 36 artifacts that have been documented to relate to gay life in Saugatuck Douglas. For more information on how to use the archive and its materials to support your research project, please see Stories of Summer, Photographs and Written Materials, and Stories of Summer, Oral Histories.